So, since it's Mother's Day this month, and I am pregnant with baby number 4, and we'll be having her here in the next month or so, I wanted to do a little series on tips for first-time moms. So I've got this one about breastfeeding, and then one for just in general tips for first-time moms. So I'll link the other two in the description box below. Every baby is different, every person is different, every pregnancy is different, every family is different. So just know that these are my tips based on me being pregnant with 4 babies and just things that have worked for me that I like. But you can just take these tips and see what works for you. So these are tips that I have just thought of in the past few weeks. I am sure there is more. If you are a mom and you are pregnant or you've been pregnant and you have some tips to share, please do so in the comments down below. I would love to hear them, and then other first-time moms can see them and learn from them as well. So I'm going to try to keep this short and keep it moving. Sometimes I can get a little bit talkative about different things, which maybe is helpful for some, but it does make for long videos, so I'm going to try to be short. Okay, first is that you should watch my other videos. My breastfeeding tips if you are planning on breastfeeding, and then my just normal first-time mom tips. Specifically, this one is about pregnancy, so let's get into those ones. So about doctor's appointments. Here in the US, which is where I have experience, you usually don't go to the doctor until you're about 8 weeks along for your first visit. And then from there, you go every month until 28 weeks. And then after 28 weeks, you go every other week. And then after 36 weeks, so the last month of your pregnancy, you go weekly. Unless there are complications or things that your doctor wants you to come back for sooner than that throughout your pregnancy, but that's how the doctor's appointments normally go. And there are certain like blood tests and stuff that you can opt out of. I do not do like the genetic blood testing. For me, the baby is my baby, so I'm not going to make any decisions based on the information. Most things you'll find out at the 20-week ultrasound anyways when they do the anatomy stuff, and I can wait till the 20 weeks to find out the gender as well. It's just another thing that can possibly give you worry. We did it. They didn't have the gender test, but we did it for the genetic testing, and my levels came back high for spina bifida. We had to go see a specialist, and nothing ended up being wrong, but it gave me a lot of stress for no reason. Like I said, I would have found out for sure at 20 weeks if there was something that they could see on the ultrasound that was wrong. So I worried for that amount of time for no reason, and I have not done it since then. So that is something that you can think about. And you can talk to your doctor about which ones are optional and, which ones that you may be able to opt out of. That's the same thing. Okay. I'm going to try to do these kind of in order. So for the first trimester, which if you're trying for a baby, go ahead and start taking your prenatal vitamins. That's good. Take a B12 vitamin. Consult your doctor with all of this stuff. B12 vitamin can help with nausea. It has helped me before. And I also take magnesium for leg cramps. They usually don't come until later in pregnancy. I literally had one last night. It's the worst. Is there something as painful as pregnancy leg cramps? I don't know, they're horrible. They literally startle you awake with clenching pain. Most of the time, mine are in my calves with clenching pain, and you literally just have to bear the pain until it subsides. It is horrible, and I try my very best not to do it. So I'm sure lots of water, taking magnesium, both of those things will try to help and prevent them from happening, because oh gosh, they're bad. Raise your hand in the comment if you've had them, because they're horrible. And then I also take fish oil. It's just good for baby. Okay, so those are vitamins. Consult your doctor. I personally love taking pictures of my growing bump. I usually have one dress or outfit that I take either weekly or every other week, pictures of my bump throughout my whole entire pregnancy, and I love to be able to see the progression for that. Ask your doctor at the beginning of your pregnancy for a list of approved medicines for like all types of sicknesses, for allergies, because that's what I'm dealing with right now. Allergies, there's nausea, diarrhea, just a cold in general, stomach bugs, all of those type of things. They'll give you an approved list of medicines, because if you're sick and you go to the store, on the bottle it's going to say, if you're pregnant, consult your doctor. So I just like to have that list already ahead of time, so that when the time comes, I already know which ones I can take and which ones I can't. And along with that, ask your doctor as many questions as you want. Me, as a first-time mom, for my first baby, I literally took a handwritten list every single doctor's appointment, and they gladly answered all of them, and it helped me out a lot. So as I was reading books, as I was doing research, that kind of stuff, I wrote stuff down, talked to them about it, and it was wonderful. Also, along with doctor's appointments, I like to see as many of the doctors, if not all the doctors as possible, because the person who's going to be delivering your baby is just whoever is on call, at least at my doctor's office. And so I want to be able to meet and kind of have appointments with all of them, just in case they are the ones that are going to be delivering my baby. For nausea, and it's different for everybody. For me, I had pretty constant nausea for all of my babies, for my pregnancies throughout the first trimester. It started subsiding around 13 weeks or so. I didn't throw up a ton, and I feel like it's because I tried to do these things. But, snacking throughout the day, I feel like kind of just eating a little bit at a time helped me a lot. And then, of course, drink lots of water. Whenever I would get super, super nauseous to where I could tell it was growing into, like, you might throw up, Melissa, then I would just literally sit or lay down wherever I was at and just do a lot of deep breathing and just focus on having clean air in and then out. Clean air in and out. And most of the time, I could breathe my way through the part of it getting up to the throwing up and subside. There were times where it got really, really close and I could feel like my tongue sliding back in my mouth. So usually I like to bite my tongue to prevent it from sliding back, because the saliva and that, it just gags you a little bit more and then you're going to throw up. There are definitely times where it's bam, it hits you. There's nothing that can be done. But if you can kind of get it in that gradual stage, then maybe you'll be able to breathe your way through it and not have to throw up, because I hate throwing up. It is so easy to worry in pregnancy, especially during that first trimester. And miscarriages do happen. and just know that you are not alone, that it happens to a lot of people, and people really just don't talk about it. But it is a painful thing that happens. But if I can bring any comfort, you know that that baby was loved. And it is my belief that you will see that baby again. And, that's just my personal belief. I did have one miscarriage, and it was early, but it was hard. On a lighter note, have fun announcing your pregnancy to your family and your friends whenever that is that you want to. I personally waited. I announced it to our parents pretty soon after we found out, if not like right after we went to our first doctor's appointment at 8 weeks. And then I did wait until 12 weeks to announce it to the rest of the family and friends and, on social media and that kind of stuff. That was just me. But other people announce it right away, and that's you. So whenever you want to announce it, have fun. It's something to celebrate. All right, second trimester. I almost said second semester. Second trimester. Hopefully the nausea is subsiding. For some people it doesn't, but hopefully it is. And you are now starting to get a little baby bump for my fourth pregnancy. I already had a giant baby bump, I feel like. I've been big for a long time. Anyways, so there's that to look forward to. With a growing bump, you may not be fitting into your clothes now. So I do like to get maternity clothes. I have a how you can get cheap maternity clothes video I'll link below. But, having just like a couple pair of good jeans for maternity jeans, some cute shirts or dresses. You really don't need a lot. But a few things is really nice to have. Just kind of like show your belly off. And enjoy it when people recognize that you're pregnant. I don't know, it's just kind of like a fun feeling knowing that people are looking at you like, oh, she's so cute, she's pregnant, she has a baby in her belly. I don't know, it's fun. All right, the next one, and you could probably start this early on, but educate yourself. Huge advocate for knowledge is power, especially when it comes to pregnancy, babies, children, labor and delivery, postpartum care, all of that kind of stuff. The more you know, the better you are able to prepare yourself mentally, prepare yourself physically with all the things that you would need, and also to know what might happen and to be able to make decisions ahead of time if something were to happen and you have to make like a split decision, especially with like the labor and delivery type of stuff. So educate yourself. If someone wants to touch your belly and you don't want them to touch your belly, just a kind, oh, no thank you, will suffice. And hopefully they will respect that. But don't feel bad for telling them no. Going along with that, people will give you lots of advice. And you can nod your head and say thank you very much, and then take it with a grain of salt. Take it in. Say, okay, well, I'll keep that in my bank of advice. I'm literally doing an advice video. Put all this in your bank of advice and then decide what's best for you. Also going along with that, if you have a name picked out for your child and you share it with your family and friends and they have things to say, ignore them. If it's not a nice thing, just ignore it. It's your baby. You can decide on the name. Okay, have fun buying things for your baby. It is so fun getting baby things, teeny baby clothes, but don't go overboard. You don't need as much as you think. Sleep with a good supporting head pillow and then a pillow at least between your legs, maybe one between your hands. They have those giant pregnancy pillows, which I don't find necessary to buy and store just for pregnancy. So I just kind of like use pillows that we have, but make sure you're supported at nighttime to just help aches and pains and everything that goes along with pregnancy. Know that intimacy with your partner will change during pregnancy and after having a baby. So there's that for you. Okay, moving on to third trimester. Get a belly band. Get a support band for underneath your belly. You need it. It's wonderful. Just get one. This is a tough trimester. You're getting bigger, more uncomfortable to like lay, walk, sleep, sit, stand, do the dishes, do anything, bend over and pick things up. Oh, bending over. I'm ready for that not to be painful. So it is a hard trimester, but you're almost there. It will go by quickly. Get an easy slip-on pair of shoes. They might need to be a little bit bigger too, because your feet, they probably will swell. They might swell. They probably will swell. So, something easy. Like I said, it hurts to bend down, so it's difficult to put on tennis shoes or difficult shoes. So, there's the tip for that. Take some cute maternity pictures, and then also get everything prepared for baby. Wash newborn 0 to 3 month clothes, baby blankets, burp cloths, bibs. Get the crib set up where baby's going to sleep, all of that kind of stuff. Car seat ready. Get it all ready so that when it's like 2 weeks before, maybe you might go early and then everything will be ready. But even once you get really close, like you don't want to have to do it. So I usually do it like a month, 5 or 6 weeks beforehand, just to have everything prepped and ready to go. No matter how many babies I have, I get nervous and I get scared about the labor and the delivery part. So if you're feeling that way, it's totally normal, but trust your body, trust your doctors, and trust yourself. I always drink red raspberry leaf tea. The last couple of weeks of my pregnancy, I had a mom tell me that it helped, she thought, like stretch things out so she didn't tear when she had her baby. I still tore. Maybe it would have been worse if I haven't done it. I don't know. I think it's also helped with my milk supply leading up to baby. So I do drink that the last couple of weeks. Stretches. So the cat-cow stretch. Should I demonstrate? I may demonstrate. The cat-cow stretch is one to help baby get in a good position. So you can start that a couple of weeks before your due date. Squats if you want to, really close to your due date. Just kind of get everything going, moving, ready. For me, laboring, my last one I did birth naturally. I'm planning on birthing this one naturally just because my last went super quick and I was not able to get an epidural. The best position for me was to lean over and sway my hips as I was going through a contraction. Also, I've got combs to hold to put the spiky thing, it's in my hospital bag video, put the spiky thing in and kind of put some pressure to help relieve some pain. So and again, educating yourself on natural pain relievers. If you're doing it naturally, even if you're not, it's good to have those because you'll be going through some contractions before you get any pain medicine. So it's good to be able to have some things in your mind to be able to deal with the pain. Pregnancy is wonderful. There are some people that love it a lot more than others. I feel like I'm kind of in the middle of, it's not super, super bad, but it is tough. But for me, I am so very grateful to be pregnant and to have been able to be pregnant with all 4 of my children because, my body has been able to do that. I am so very blessed, and I do recognize that. And pregnancy brings about a wonderful, lovely, beautiful blessing, a new baby into our family. So I am so incredibly blessed for that. If you are pregnant and you are watching this, or you are trying to get pregnant or whatever, know that you are strong, you are awesome, and you got this. I hope that you found these tips helpful, and thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.